Thank you for visiting our channel. Please like, share and subscribe for more exciting food videos. Few dishes evoke nostalgia like a steaming plate of pie and mash. This simple yet satisfying meal has been a staple in British working-class culture for over a century, especially in London's East End. With its flaky pastry, savoury filling, and creamy mashed potatoes, it's comfort food at its finest. What makes pie and mash stand out isn't just the taste but the tradition behind it. Many families have passed down their versions of the dish, keeping the recipe alive. Even today, it remains a favourite in pie shops across the UK, where the atmosphere is just as important as the food. Whether you're revisiting childhood memories or trying it for the first time, pie and mash is a dish that feels like home. Let's break down what makes it special, from its history to how you can make your own. The history of pie and mash. Pie and mash didn't just appear on plates overnight. Its story is woven into the fabric of London's working-class history, where affordability and flavour met practicality. From humble eel pies to the rise of the classic minced beef version, this dish has stood the test of time and taste. Early beginnings in London. The dish traces back to the 18th century, when London's labourers needed filling meals on a tight budget. Bakers and street vendors saw an opportunity. Pies, packed with cheap cuts of meat and encased in sturdy pastry, became a staple. Mash, made from readily available potatoes, was the perfect companion. By the 19th century, pie shops began appearing in the East End. They catered to dock workers, factory employees, and families looking for a quick, hearty meal. The pies weren't gourmet, but they did the job, keeping people full for hours. The role of eel pie houses. Before beef pies took over, eels were the star. The Thames was once teeming with them, making eel pies a common and affordable choice. They often sold jellied eels as a side dish. The eels were stewed in a spicy broth before baking. Some shops kept live eels in tanks to guarantee freshness. As the Thames grew polluted and eel supplies dropped, minced beef stepped in. The switch made pie and mash even more popular, shaping the dish we know today. Evolution over the centuries. What started as a basic meal for workers slowly became a cultural icon. By the early 1900s, pie and mash shops had their own identity: green tiled walls, marble counters, and that unmistakable aroma of gravy and pastry. The recipe also adapted. Traditional suet crust gave way to lighter pastry, and some shops began offering vegetarian options. Yet the core stayed the same. A comforting, no-nonsense dish that felt like home. Even now, London's oldest pie shops still serve it the classic way, with a ladle of parsley liquor, that bright green sauce, and a side of nostalgia. The classic pie and mash recipe. Few meals are as straightforward yet deeply satisfying as pie and mash. At its core, it's a dish built on simplicity. Tender meat encased in flaky pastry, paired with smooth mashed potatoes. But getting it right requires attention to detail. Below, we'll walk through the essential ingredients, step-by-step method, and even how different regions put their own spin on it. Ingredients you'll need. For the perfect pie and mash, you'll need just a handful of key components. Quality matters, especially with the filling and pastry. For the pie filling, minced beef, onion, finely chopped, garlic, minced, Worcestershire sauce, dried thyme, beef stocks, salt and black pepper to taste. For pastry, plain flour, cold unsalted butter, cubed ice cold water, salt. For the mash, Mary's Piper or Yukon Gold potatoes, butter, whole milk, salt to taste. Optional, but highly recommended. Parsley liquor, a simple sauce made with fresh parsley, stock, and corn flour. Step-by-step cooking guide. Making pie and mash from scratch isn't complicated, but each step builds layers of flavor. Here's how to do it right. Prepare the filling. Brown the minced beef in a pan over medium heat, breaking it up with a spoon. Add chopped onion and garlic, cooking until softened. Stir in Worcestershire sauce, thyme, and beef stock. Simmer until thickened. Season well. Make the pastry. Rub butter into flour and salt until it resembles breadcrumbs. Gradually add water, mixing until the dough just comes together. Rest in the fridge. Roll out, line a pie dish, and blind bake at 190 degrees Celsius. Assemble and bake. Fill the pastry case with the cooled mince, then top with another layer of pastry. Crimp the edges and brush with egg wash. Bake until golden. Perfect the mash. Boil peeled potatoes until tender. Drain thoroughly. Mash with butter and warm milk until creamy. Avoid overworking it. Regional variations. Pie and mash may have London roots, but other areas have put their stamp on it. Manchester often adds kidney to the meat filling, making it closer to a steak and kidney pie. Lancashire uses a suet crust instead of short crust for a heartier texture. West Country cheddar cheese is mixed into the mashed potatoes for extra richness. Modern twists. Mushroom and ale fillings for vegetarians, or swapping beef for lamb in some recipes. The core stays true, but these tweaks keep the dish fresh while honoring tradition. Give one a try next time you make it. That's part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.